Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sinsheimer Stadium in sunny San Luis Obispo on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Game starting at 2 o'clock, a little bit earlier than we're used to, as the Saints get set to take on the Blues for Game 2 of this two-game series.
Yeah, and the Blues dropped the first game of the series. The Saints captured it 4-2 on a two-run RBI single from Jacob Shart in the top of the seventh inning, and then Crew McChesney added a single of his own into right field. Those were the difference makers, and the Saints pitching staff definitely a lot better after giving up 13 runs in their last game.
Yeah, the Saints currently sit at 4th in the CCL South. They have a record of 12-8, but they're not out of playoff contention. The top three teams make the playoffs for the CCL, but the San Bernardino Foresters will go play in the national championship if they make the playoffs, so that would move the Saints up into the top three. So playoffs still in the picture. You know, it's the middle of the season. And on the other end of things, San Luis Obispo is sitting at 3rd in the California Collegiate League North Division. They were behind the Sonoma Stompers and the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Crawdads kind of run away a little bit with the division. They're 14-6. Sonoma Stompers are 12-9. San Luis Obispo 10-10. Today on the mound for San Luis Obispo will be John Damazonio, right-handed pitcher from St. Mary's College.
Yeah, and the Saints respond with 8 of the 9 batters being left-handed, with the St. Louis Obispo Blues only having 2 lefties and one of them being used yesterday. Coach Aaron Milo made the executive decision of 8 of the 9 batters being left-handed. The only righty, the number 2 hitter tonight, Cam Conley.
So up first for the Saints will be Jacob Shart, playing center field tonight. Usually the designated hitter, but we've seen him get some starts out in the field.
Yeah, no Crew McChesney, who's struggled a little bit since that oblique injury, still trying to find his swing, but Jacob Shart, one of the best hitters on this team.
Comes in this game hitting .370 last night. Not a very great night for him, 0 for 4 with a strikeout and a hit by pitch. So he's up early 2-0.
Yeah, you see, this is what Saints need to get something going early here. Jacob Shart, one of the better leadoff hitters as well, just always putting bat to ball.
Really great contact hitter. He's ahead now 3-0 in the count.
Yeah, you know, we see a lot of times where these Blues pitchers, the velocity and the command just got away from them, and it was more in the later half of the game, and now Shart's up 3-0.
There's a strike inside. Thought it could have been a ball. It's a little bit inside, but so the count moves to 3-1.
Jacob Shart, it's been teetering between high 300s, low 400s for his batting average.
Batted .307 last season at Cal State University Fullerton. Shart gets set to look at 3-2. Swung on and missed strike 3. Shart goes down after swinging through a 3rd strike.
Yeah, what a response from the pitcher to be down 3-0 in the count and then respond with 3 straight strikes to Jacob Shart, who has been struggling as of late. We've seen 2 of his last 3 offers. Starts off with a strikeout.
And that'll bring up Cam Conley from Pepperdine University. Again, he also had a bit of a rough night yesterday, 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. Looking to see how he bounces back today as he fouls that pitch off. 0-1.
Yeah, for Cam Conley, 0 for 5, a couple strikeouts, as you had mentioned. Now, batting .246 on the season. We've seen those numbers be a little bit higher. Just a .662 OPS.
He fouls that one back. 0-2 now, down quickly.
See just the command continuing now for the pitcher. Was struggling a little bit for Damazonia. Now looks a lot better.
Cam Conley, the only right-handed batter in this Saints lineup today. 1 ball, 2 strikes now as he misses high.
The Blues only have one other lefty to offer, and what we've heard is that the velocity isn't very strong with that lefty, so probably see a lot of righties today.
That one fouled back. We'll do it again. 1-2.
And we've mentioned that since the Saints have been on this kind of 500 streak, they haven't won more than 2 games in a row, haven't lost more than 2 games in a row, and they're currently on a 2-game winning streak.
2 wins here in San Luis Obispo on this little trip as that one is hit foul. So 1-2 still. 2 wins on this road trip would be pretty huge for the Saints. They've been having some struggles in this middle part of the season. Really need to get some momentum going, especially as we head towards the end half of the season, look towards playoffs.
Yeah, past the halfway mark of the season now. And for the Saints, just trying to get back into the win columns against in a tough CCL South division.
Conley fouls another one back. Staying alive in this at-bat.
Yeah, working with a few foul-offs, just really making this pitcher work. We saw this happen with the Blues a lot yesterday, really forcing the hand of Danny Velos, Carter Herrera.
The 1-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. Cam Conley swings at a pitch. He's got another strikeout after striking out 3 times last night.
Yeah, it wasn't the best game from Cam Conley last night, and we talked to him and just said, just throw that game in the trash, and he was just trying to be forgetful, and obviously not the start he was looking for. Already 2 strikeouts for Damozinho.
Now Easton Elliott, the third baseman tonight. We've seen him start at third base before, and he had a pretty great night. I believe it was against the Foresters. We've seen him start, all over. He's really just one of the guys that can do it all.
Yeah, he had a really nice catch out in left field to preserve a run and get Carter Herrera out of the inning, and just can be he's very athletic, very versatile, and that's a huge reason as to why he's always in the lineup.
Swings on the 1-0. That one's fouled back. 1-1 now.
Doesn't hurt that he's also batting .378 on the year, which is second on the team with that .473 on base percentage.
Yeah, really can hit for average. Gets a lot of singles. He's got 3 doubles, though, on the season. So he takes that for a ball. 2-1. And I'm really excited to see him at third base. We've mostly seen him in the middle infield or maybe in the outfield, but I think when he played third base, he did a really great job, made some really tough throws.
Yeah, he's honestly just been great wherever he's put, and that's what makes him such a reliable player.
That one slapped over to Max Lane. There are 3 away, and we'll head to the bottom of the first inning here from Sinsheiser Stadium. So the Blues will get set to hit. And on the mound for the Saints is Spencer C., the left-handed pitcher from UC San Diego, heading into his junior year.
Yeah, and the southpaw, he had this is his third appearance, had that one start in the home game back in Pasadena. This is a guy who, maybe he went 4 innings last time. We'll see if he can continue, maybe get 5 innings. The Saints starting pitchers have really struggled getting past 5. So maybe Spencer Seed will be the first one to really get the Saints get the Saints starter into the deeper part of the game.
Had an ERA of 5.02 in his overall career in 2023 and 2024 combined at UC San Diego last year, 5.25. See what he can get started here in his third appearance.
Yeah, and it will be Ethan Royal, who has just been a phenomenal hitter, but the Saints kind of put a toll on him. Didn't really have the best game last night. And we saw that also with Braden Jeffries, who's batting second. The Saints pitchers really did a great job of limiting their chances.
This count's evened 1-1. Yeah, but 1 for 4 last night with a strikeout. On the season, hitting .322. He's got a home run.
Yeah, 23 RBIs with just 1 home run seems utterly absurd.
So that one is high for a ball. Seed now down 2-1.
Not really a strikeout thrower. Most lefties aren't, but definitely will get the ground balls.
That one slapped back. Almost the same exact place the other foul ball was hit. Count evened at 2. Ethan Royal at Utah Tech going into his senior year. Said he chose Utah Tech because of the beautiful scenery and great baseball.
Yeah, not a bad school to go to, and you see the numbers that he put up. 246 batting average, pretty solid stuff.
Played in 47 games at Utah Tech his most recent season. So he's looking at a 2-2 count here.
And he's looking at pretty solid numbers as well. Average still at 398 and OPS just above 1,000.
So he fouls that one back again. Count still at 2-2.
He also leads the team by a large margin in runs scored with 22 to Ethan Royal, and 9 walks, 5 hit by pitches, 15 strikeouts, 6 doubles on the year as well.
The 2-2 pitch hit out into center field. That'll be Jacob Shart, not Jacob Shart. Eli Watson will take the call, and he puts that away for the first out.
Yeah, it was in between Watson and Shart just got called off. Watson makes the easy play, ball hitting the left center field. But we see Ethan Royal not really having the best games here against these Saints pitchers. Put together some nice at-bats, getting the pitch count up, had a couple of hits, but just not really seeing the results that we're used to seeing.
That'll bring up Braden Jeffries, second baseman tonight, number 9. Going to be a true freshman at Michigan.
Yeah, and for someone that hasn't even touched a college baseball field, just to have the success he's had is base hit.
Slaps that one up the middle. Shart will field it cleanly. Throw it in to Tyler Gordon.
But yeah, you look at Braden Jeffries' numbers, only 3 extra base hits. 25 hits now, only 3 for extra base hits, so 22 singles on the year. That's why the OPS, it's still well above 1,100. Just putting together a lot of hits.
Yeah, with that super high average at 472 coming into this game, leads the team. So that'll bring up Nico Button.
Yeah, Button batting .289 on the year with that 400 on base percentage. Just a lot of power and also just forcing pitchers' hands. You see 9 walks, 7, 7, 7 for 5 of the 9 batters in this lineup.
Wasn't in yesterday, last game on July 3rd against the Foresters. So he looks at a second strike. Went 1 for 4 in that game against the Foresters. But he crossed the plate 2 times.
Yes, he button 8 runs scored on the season, 11 hits, 3 doubles, and a handful of RBIs.
As he looks at a called strike 3 from Spencer Seed on the 0-2 pitch. And there are 2 away here after a Spencer Seed strikeout.
Yeah, just a nice piece of pitching right now from Spencer Seed. Really painting that outer half, and you see the mixed match between lefties and righties that are being thrown out for the Blues.
Max Lane in the batter's box playing left field tonight. Going in his junior year at Harvard. As he looks at the first pitch low. Count 1-0.
Yeah, you have a speedster over there in Braden Jeffries. Only 3 stolen bases on the year, but we've seen how he's just able to turn singles into doubles.
That one inside. Runner's going to take off. Burge just going to crowd the ball. No attempt to throw. So now there's a runner on second. 2 outs here. The bottom of the first inning.
Almost looked like it hit Max Lane. Just got out of the way in the nick of time. But now a base hit will give the Blues a 1-0 lead. Just try to find a way to get out of this.
Lane looking at a 2-0 count here. Seed. Fires. Swung on and missed. Sorry, fouled back. Count 2-1.
Yeah, you see Cam Conley and Tyler Gordon not really checking in on the runner as much. Just allow Seed to focus on the batter. 2 outs, so maybe a little bit of a different scenario had there been 1 or no outs. But when all you need is to get this batter out, no need to worry about that runner over there at second.
Yeah, especially when we've seen so many mishaps on throws back to second or first. That one's outside. Count 3-1. Definitely gonna try to be a little bit more conservative and careful when trying to pick off runners.
Max Lane has 7 RBIs on the season in what is now his 14th game played.
So a foul back into the glove for strike 2. Full count now. Seed looking to get out of the bottom of the first with just a runner. Already has 1 strikeout in this inning. He steps off.
Yeah.
Lane steps back into the batter's box.
Still a lot of fans here, even for that 2 p.m. start. Saw a good amount of fans yesterday too, but the Saints kept them quiet.
So that one misses low for ball 4. And now runners on first and second if Seed gives up the free pass to Max Lane.
Yeah, so now you have the first baseman, Casey Borba. 13 RBIs on the season for him. Just 12 hits, but 6 of them for extra bases.
Borba over in the hot corner tonight. Or should I say today. Not really nighttime. We're used to playing games at night. Over at University of Texas, going into a sophomore year. So he looks at a ball.
Yeah, he's been patrolling both hot corners. He was first base yesterday, now gets the nod at third today. 2 very different positions, obviously, with now he has to make that long throw from third to first.
That one's inside for a second ball, 2-0. Yeah, not really sure if we can call third base the hot corner against these Saints. I only have 1 right-handed batter in this lineup. You're not really going to see much action over there.
Yeah, the Saints don't really have a lot of guys that are hitting the ball opposite way. A lot of pull hitters on this team. If they get it off the end of the bat, we'll find a home in the outfield usually.
Count 2-1 now. Borba, a product of Orange Lutheran down in Southern California.
Yeah, it's the guy who's had a pretty solid year at Texas for a freshman.
Had an average of 256, played in 34 games. On base percentage, 371.
Seed's just going to have to figure out a way to navigate out of this inning.
He's down here 3-1. That one falls into the strike. Nice breaking ball. So 3-2, a full count. Got runners on first and second, 2 outs here. Seed not trying to let up any damage.
Yeah, we saw a 3-2 count to Max Lane that ended in a walk, so Seed trying to reverse that.
Swung on, hit over to left field. And that's going to fall just past the visiting bullpen.
That one actually looked really good off the bat, but the wind pulling left just forced that ball out of play.
Nice breezy evening here today. We can't really do home games back down in Pasadena. We don't really get much breeze. It'd probably be pretty hot, but lovely weather today.
Yeah, the 2 o'clock start, I mean, it's hot in Pasadena.
Runners take off, but it doesn't matter as the 4th ball will give a free pass, and now bases loaded for Jariah Lewis.
You know, start off this inning really well, did Seed, but now a couple of free passes issued. And Alex Burgess going over to talk to him. You can still get out of this inning unharmed with Jariah Lewis stepping up, who fell a little bit in the batting order from last night, but still batting a pretty solid 232 on the season with that 338 on base percentage, 11 stolen bases on the year.
Hitting 186 coming into this game. Spent last season at San Jose State. Hit 192 in 2024 over at San Jose. On base percentage of 281. Seed fires. Swung on and missed. Count 1-1.
And Lewis got picked off trying to go from second to third last night from Alex Burge, and that felt like just a real momentum swing. There was only 1 out, and then that following pitch Herrera got, he was able to get out of it.
Bounce over to Cam Conley, fires on to first. And Seed will get out of the inning with the bases loaded and no damage, no runs come across. And we head to the 2nd inning here from San Luis Obispo. So Ryan Scott up to bat. Thought we only had one right-handed hitter, but Ryan Scott hitting out of the right-handed batter's box. So 2 right-handed hitters in this lineup. Still very lefty heavy. So he looks at a ball 1-0.
Yeah, Ryan Scott in for Joey Donnelly last second. No word as to what happened, but, Donnelly has been playing a lot of games back-to-back. Maybe just, Ryan Scott the hot hand.
Yeah, Ryan Scott had a big game last night, went 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs and 2 walks. Really hope that's, good for his momentum, good for his confidence. He was struggling a bit before. The average went up to 186. So hopefully he can start to get something, going, get a little bit out of the slump he's maybe been in. Oh, that one's in. Up near his face, chest, neck area. The count quickly 3-0.
Yeah, we saw Ryan Scott reach in all 5 plate appearances yesterday and had that 2-run RBI single to go ahead and ended up being that game-winning run.
Really great at getting on base. And we also saw that in his college career as he looks at a college strike 1 at Incarnate Word. Had a 452 on base percentage. That was second on the team.
Yeah, he's just been struggling to translate it here into CCL play, but the last night's game, just a huge confidence boost.
So he looks at a second strike near the outside of the zone. And the count's full 3-2.
This is continue the hot streak for Ryan Scott.
That ball gets away from the catcher. It was a ball. So a walk for Ryan Scott, and he continues his good outing, I would say, from yesterday, getting on base.
Yeah, now reached base in 6 of his last 6 at-bats. That'll do.
So Demzonio issues his first walk. He's got 2 strikeouts today. Sorry, I keep on saying tonight. I'm so used to doing the night games.
Yeah, I know. It's a very rare, but I guess here in San Luis Obispo, they have the set where it's any Sunday game is at 2 p.m., Saturday games are at 4, and Friday nights 6 p.m. So I like this afternoon game.
Yeah, especially here in this, lovely scenery.
Well, yeah, we get to go home early. We get to go home earlier tonight.
Still got a long bus drive. But it's better leaving, earlier than leaving late.
Mm-hmm.
It's a count 1-0 on Josh Livingston, the DH tonight. Easton Elliott playing third. That's where Josh Livingston usually patrols.
That's where Livingston was yesterday.
So he fouls that one back. So 1-1. Livingston plays a pretty, good third base too. Surprised that he's not playing over there at third, but any way to get him in the lineup, DH will do. Got a hot bat, batting .368 coming into this game on base percentage of .463. Went 2 for 5 in his last game. That was July 5th against the Sun Rays. Had a double and 3 RBIs.
Yeah, and Livingston's really been the all reliable over there at third. Has a couple of errors on the season, but it's just when you're at that hot corner, it makes it hard sometimes to field ground balls. There are a lot of guys in the CCL that do a great job of putting bat to ball. And you saw Adrian Lopez over there yesterday, and the Blues just do a great job to connect on hits.
So he swings and misses at a pitch. Count 2-2 now. Yeah, he plays really solid third base in a lineup where we've seen the errors be a real problem. I feel like Josh Livingston isn't really a name we've had to repeatedly call out or worry about.
Yeah, does have 6 errors on the season, which is second on the team, but a lot of those are just him even just trying to keep the ball in the infield, so they'll live with that for sure.
That one inside.
Nice
full
take.
Count now. We've seen a couple of full counts already.
Yeah, good eye from Livingston in that one. That was definitely a 50-50 pitch that he got the benefit of the doubt on. But
Josh Livingston, just like Alex Burge, is a fellow teammate in 2024 at Wichita State, although he is transferring to Berkeley. Burge is. Just like him, really high on base percentages. He slaps this one over to Jariah Lewis, and it'll drop in front of him for a base knock.
Yeah, nice at-bat. Nice 2 at-bats when you look at it from Ryan Scott and Josh Livingston. Always great to get uh, runners on base, especially when it's in the middle of your lineup. And the Saints squad is so deep that Alex Burge even finds himself batting in the lower part of the lineup.
Burge so good at getting on base, has an on-base percentage of .532 coming into this one.
Has struggled a little bit at the plate. You know, we saw that he was barely striking out, but multi-strikeout games in his last 4. He's had 2 of them.
Saints got 2 runners on base, no outs. We saw this as a problem yesterday. They were getting runners on base with, no, maybe even 1 out, and just unable to cash them in. Still able to, come through with 4 runs. Came a little bit later in that game. But hopefully the Saints can, score some runs here with these base runners.
Yeah, and you see the first baseman, Tallerman, playing well on the infield grass as well as Borba. I don't see Burge as a guy that's really bunting.
Yeah, only the guy we've seen kind of bunt is, Tyler Gordon in the lineup. Not really sure. Burge, not really much of a bunter. So he's looking at an 0-2 count here.
Yeah,
has a walk percentage of 25.
Yeah, still has a solid walk percentage. We're just not seeing that high walk, low strikeout rate that we've been used to. But, obviously someone has to come back down to earth.
As he flies this one over to left field, Max Lane settles under it, and he'll toss it in for the first out here in the second inning. So 1 away now. That'll bring up Ray Bermudez.
Yeah, Ray Bermudez had the day off yesterday. Ryan Scott was in right field and really put together a solid, as we've mentioned, 5 straight on base, or reach safely, and 5 straight at bats rather.
Ray Bermudez in his last game on July 3rd against the Barons as he swings and misses strike 1. Went 0 for 3 and was hit by a pitch.
Yeah, and looking for a new home. Was at Polk State, trying to find something within that Florida area, but obviously sometimes beggars can't be choosers. He's still examining all options.
Would love to stay close to home. You guys talked to him a couple nights ago, you and Adam. He takes that one outside, 1-1.
So it's the same umpire crew, but now the first base umpire is the home plate umpire. We know the Saints had issues with the home plate umpire yesterday with the whole Easton Elliott controversy of did he not touch second.
Yeah, but, umpires, they're humans too. They're going to make mistakes. That one slapped foul over just past the dugout of the, not the dugout, the bullpen of the Blues. Like I was saying, umpires, they're humans too. They're going to make mistakes. There's, talks of robo umpires and the such. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I've seen even the challenging balls and strikes. I'm yeah, I know the umpires are human, but I still don't think it challenging pitches and even that in challenging plays. I don't know.
As that one catches the zone, and Ray Bermudez will fall victim to the strikeout as he looks at a pitch that caught the edge of the zone.
Oh, backdoor slider that just got him, and what a beautiful piece of pitching.
So after the strikeout, 2 away now with runners on first and second, and kind of like a repeat of yesterday. We saw them get so many runners on base, just unable to cash them in.
Yeah, that's been the issue for this Saints team for a little bit now. We even saw in that 3-1 loss against the Barons how just leaving a lot of runners, and after getting the first 2 on, 2 straight outs rather.
So Eli Watson up. Looks at a strike, 0-1 now. Watson, most recently at Western Kentucky. Sorry, not Western Kentucky. Arizona Western, transferred from Western Kentucky. As he hit .319 in 2024. An on-base percentage of .430.
Yeah, just looking for something new now.
He slaps that one back foul. 0-2 now. Saints in danger of stranding the 2 early runners.
Yeah, the Saints squad, we saw just the struggles last night. 10 hits, 4 runs, which sounds great, but when you look at it, from just the game perspective. They could have had a lot more.
In his last outing on July 3rd against the Barons, he went 0 for 2 with 2 walks. So not really the best night, but still found ways to get on base with those walks.
Yeah, I mean, you see his on-base percentage is still ridiculously high, and it's a huge reason as to why he's able to stay in the lineup. When he's not getting hits, he's at least finding ways to get on base, but now the hits are starting to come around.
Now an inside. He's going to call it strike 3. So Damazonio gets out of the inning with 2 runners on, no outs, able to get the next 3 batters out. That one coming off of the strikeout to Eli Watson as we get set for the bottom of the 2nd inning. So now the first baseman, Zach Tallerman, stands at 6'5" in the batter box. Has a really, big, strong presence in the batter box. Got those long arms.
Yeah, batting .350 on the season. Smaller sample size than most of the guys on this team. Just his 12th game of the year, but still .350 batting average, .447 on base with an OPS at .847.
Count now 1-1 from San Luis Obispo, so a local.
Yeah, 14 hits on the year, just 2 extra base hits, both of those being doubles. So you have 2 really just contact hitters in Braden Jeffries at the top and Zach Tallerman at the bottom of the lineup.
Seed fires. It's up high. 2-2.
You talk about Tallerman in 47 plate appearances, 40 at-bats, just 4 strikeouts to 6 walks.
See, hits this one over. Bermudez with an amazing diving catch. I wasn't sure who's going to come up with that ball. Oh, no, it was a single.
Yeah, bloop single. Ray
really
Bermudez did everything he could to dive for that one. Cam Conley had a good read, but it just found a hole in no man's land.
Yeah, I really thought that was going to get down. So a runner on now as the unfortunate near catch results in a base runner. So now Seed will face Owen Estabrook, the catcher for tonight.
Yeah, Estabrook just in his 9th game of the year, batting .241 on the season.
He slaps that one over to right field. The runner on his way to third. Estabrook will stay at first. So now runners on the corners here with no outs in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Yeah, just not a great start to the bottom half for Spencer C. Just unfortunately gets, I don't know if the word's just, it's an unfortunate bounce that resulted in the first hit, and then first pitch swinging from Estabrook, who now still only one extra base hit, but his ninth hit of the year.
So that'll bring up Jared Matam, the shortstop.
Yeah, a guy who also really hasn't played a ton this year, just in his 5th game, but with the quick turnaround between last night and this afternoon, no surprise to see him in there.
So he looks at a first pitch strike, 0-1.
You know, if your seed, if you could get out of this with 1 earned run, that's a win for you. With runners on first and third and nobody out, you'll take it.
He slaps this one over straight into the glove of Easton Elliott. He'll fire on the first. And Tolliman will stay safe.
Yeah, and nice play by Ryan Scott as well to keep that ball in front of him. You know, Elliott is honestly just doing anything to get that ball as quick as possible, and Ryan Scott with his big frame is able to keep that ball in front of him. But a huge first out for Spencer Seed, and the fact that the ball stayed in the infield, not allowing the runner to advance home. Now a double play ball in effect, but you got to worry about the top of the order.
And it just shows, you know, the reaction time and just the natural instincts that Easton Elliott has anywhere in the infield.
Yeah, you know, we saw that nice play that he had over there in left field yesterday. We talked about that, and just he could play anywhere, and he's, you know, just being able to talk to him. He's such a cool guy, and just he loves the fact that he never knows where he's playing, and maybe that can also just alleviate the pressure where it's just like, I don't have to overthink anything. I just got to play my position.
Ethan Royal looking at a 0-1 count here. That one misses the zone, 1-1. Ethan Royal in 2023 earned first team all-league honors and a Gold Glove Award as an outfielder. So he looks at a strike 1 and 2.
Yeah. Ethan Royal and didn't have the best game yesterday. Went 1 for 4 with a strikeout. And today already starting off 0 for 1.
He slaps this one foul. So the count 1 and 2. One away here. Got runners on first and third. Seed trying to get out without allowing any damage.
Yeah, and he has Owen Estabrook over there at first, who has yet to record a stolen base on the year.
That one inside.
Yeah, nice play by Burge as well, just the backstop, keep that ball in his glove. Now you still have a dangerous hitter with Ethan Royal. 23 RBIs.
He's going to poke this one over into right field. 1 run will score. He's on his way to second. The throw into third off the target. And so runners on second and third after the RBI double, or RBI single by Ethan Royal.
Yeah, and you knew he was going to break out of it eventually. And for Seed, honestly, just the worst case scenario, now having runners at second and third, no double play ball. And then you got to worry about Braden Jeffries, who's another dangerous hitter. But for Ethan Royal, a team leading by a large margin, 38th hit of the season. And now you have another dangerous at-bat in Braden Jeffries, who has 24 hits in 15 games played.
He looks at a first pitch strike. That one will slide over. Just catches the edge of the zone. Braden Jeffries, so good, hasn't even played a game of college baseball yet. Going to be a true freshman at Michigan.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he does get into a few games at Michigan. Obviously, one of the more prestigious universities for all sports, football, hockey, baseball. You know, it might be hard to find his way in, but he's making a strong case for it right now.
And it's just really interesting to see the success that he's had in the CCL. I mean, this guy just graduated high school. That one nearly gets away from Burge, able to corral it in. Count 1 and 2.
Yeah, nice play by Burge And again, if you're Seed, just if you can get out of this with the 1 run, it's going to be really hard with Jeffries and Button, but it would just be a huge momentum boost for this Saints team.
Seed gets set to fire the 1-2. That's in there for strike 3. A little bit of a late call there, but Seed now 2 outs here, and that's a big strikeout.
Yeah, a huge strikeout for his second of the afternoon, and taking down a very tough batter in Braden Jeffries, who also went 1 for 4 last night with the 2 strikeouts, but the average still at 462, the on-base still at 569. And if you're Spencer Seed, all you got to do is worry about the batter.
So I'll bring up Nico Button, the DH. So he looks at the ball, 1-0. Struck out in his first at-bat from San Mateo, California. He'll be a senior at Cal Berkeley. That one misses. 2-0 now.
Yeah, Nico Button, only 4 RBIs on the season, 3 doubles for his 11 hits.
So Seed with 3 straight balls here on Button. Count 3-0.
And you got another dangerous hitter in Max Lane due up next. Only 10 hits on the season, but 2 extra base hits, a double, and a triple, 7 RBIs. A guy who's just getting into the groove of things.
So a 4-pitch walk on Nico Button will load the bases here for Max Lane, the 4-hole hitter.
Yeah, and I don't really hate that at-bat for Spencer Seed. You had the free pass over at first, and now it's a force out at any base. So if you're Spencer Seed, you weren't really going to give Nico Button anything to swing at.
Seed already 3 walks in this one. Max Lane walked in his first at-bat. He's looking to do some damage with bases loaded. A nice slider falls in there for strike 1.
Yeah, and for Seed, just get out of this with 1 run allowed. That would really help. And for Max Lane, who has been patrolling left field for majority of this season.
That one chopped over, down, foul by the third base. Saw a couple hits yesterday from the Saints, one from Easton Elliott, one from Adrian Lopez, who's not in the game tonight, down on that third base line. Just get past the third baseman. Both of those turned into doubles.
Yeah, but you see Easton Elliott really playing close to the line over there at third. Same for Ryan Scott over there at first.
So fouled back, the count still 0-2. 2 outs here, bases loaded. Seed looking to get out of this one, only allowing 1 run.
That would just be huge for this team.
Another foul ball. So we'll do it again, 0-2.
Yeah, but the one thing that this Blues team does is really make you work for that third and final strike.
Max Lane from Corona Del Mar, California. Currently attends Harvard University up in Massachusetts.
Not a bad school to be at, and he did really solid in his 2024 season.
This one chopped over the ground and find a hole. Fielded by Ray Bermudez. He'll throw home. Not going to be in time as 2 runs will cross. And Max Lane with a 2 RBI single.
Yeah, and just really unfortunate. The Saints playing the shift, so no chance for Cam Conley. And now that brings in 2 more runs on an 0-2 count, a couple foul offs. Just a great at-bat for Max Lane.
Yeah, able to just find a hole, get out into the outfield. But not really too bad for Spencer Seed. He was able to get the contact, the ground ball. It's just happened to be hit right where no one was.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part about it. And now a mound visit here for Seed, who has really struggled in his second start with the team.
Head coach Aaron Milam going to go out to talk to his guy. So they'll bring up Casey Borbo, who's playing third base tonight, sophomore from Texas, UT. 2022, he was with the Youth 18 national team training camp. And he was voted the best third baseman in California's Southern Section High School baseball. That was coming out of high school. Over at Orange Lutheran, his dad was the coach. Able to find himself a home in Texas. Going to be heading into his second season there.
For Seed, just try to continue to eliminate damage. Now you got runners at first and third, and a guy in Max Lane who not a ton of stolen bases on the year, just 2 to his name. But just a great at-bat by him. A couple foul-offs. The 0-2 count, gets the high chopper. I don't know if Cam Conley would have had a play on it just because it took such a high bounce, but nonetheless, he beat the shift. Just got that one off the edge of the bat.
Interesting to see what they do with Seed here. You really always want length, with your starter. But with the off day tomorrow, you could, throw in a couple extra relievers. Wouldn't be a huge deal. There's not a game tomorrow.
Yeah, no game tomorrow. The Saints will be back on Tuesday at home. Pretty lengthy conversation from head coach Aaron Milan, brought in the entire infield.
So Borbo take his place in the batter's box.
He went 3 for 5 yesterday, had a really, really solid day at the plate, and scored both runs for the Blues.
Seed will fire. Runner takes off. Burge throws over to Conley. Throws a bit high, and he's going to be safe. So
there's Max Lane's third stolen base of the year. Burge might have had him. The throw was just a little too high. So now you're talking about another base hit now, potentially driving home 2.
So 1 ball, no strikes. Borba 3 for 5 yesterday. Seed fires the 1-0. That one will fall into the strike zone for 1-1.
Yeah, that was a beautiful slider that had so much hang time on it.
Seed kicks, deals. That one will miss. 2-1.
And the Saints got to just get some more offense going. Got to find a way to help support Seed. Only 1 hit through 2 innings in this one.
This one smacked high and over to Eli Watson. He'll bring it in for the last out, but not before the Blues tack on 3 runs here in the bottom of the second inning as we head to the top of the third in San Luis Obispo. So Tyler Gordon taking swing at things here. This will be his first at-bat today. Went 0 for 3 yesterday. Had a walk, but 2 strikeouts.
Saints trail 3-0 after that offensive explosion. The inning didn't start off great, didn't end great for Spencer Seed, who gave up the 2 singles that had runners on first and third with nobody out, and it's just really kind of hard to get out of that one unharmed. But only 3 runs. Look, if you're in baseball, it's hard to win a game when you can't really score more than 2. So the Saints are still gonna have to find ways to get some offense going.
That one's fouled back, 1-1 on Gordon.
Yeah, Gordon, you mentioned the 2 strikeouts yesterday. The Saints as a total struck out 10 times, with 4 guys striking out multiple times, that being Cam Conley, Crew McChesney, Tyler Gordon, and Adrian Lopez.
No Lopez tonight. So he swings and a misses for strike 2. Tyler Gordon down 1-2. Currently in the transfer portal. Spent his last season at Miami of Ohio. The 1-2 pitch. That one doesn't catch the zone. Oh, and Estabrook definitely thought it caught the zone. Was ready to throw over to third for the toss around, but so the count moves to 2-2.
Yeah, we saw that a few times last night with Nick Lazara, the Saints backstop.
He'll chop that one over to second base. That's Braden Jeffries. Tosses over to first for the out.
A nice defensive play over there from Braden Jeffries. Able to throw that ball across his body. A lot harder of a play to make than some might think.
And that'll bring up Jacob Sharp. Ready for his second at-bat. Struck out in his first at-bat. Didn't really have the night he wanted yesterday. Looking to change things up this evening. Fires. That one in there for a strike. Count 0-1. Sharp from Cal State Fullerton. Led Cal State Fullerton in average last season. He hit .307. Played in 40 games. Going to be heading into his junior year. So that one just misses the zone. 1-1.
Yeah, we saw the average for Sharp a couple games ago at .413. Now teetering down towards .380. Obviously, we weren't expecting a .400 batting average over a 35-game stretch, but still a very solid hitter.
And looking at his numbers, I think it's great probability that he will probably make the CCL Showcase game that'll take place middle of this month.
Yeah, Sharp has just, you look at his offensive numbers, we talked about the .380 batting average, the 1100 OPS, the 452 on base, the 10 strikeouts to 9 walks, the 18 RBIs, only 2 home runs, but nonetheless, finding ways to always get runners in.
That one's high. So 2-2 now. Yeah, and only 2 home runs. Also only hit 2 home runs with a metal bat at Cal State Fullerton. So it's interesting to see him already match his season total using a wood bat here.
Yeah, and the 2 home runs that he's had have just been absolute no-doubters. He had that one in Pasadena in that blowout of a game against the Academy Barons where, I mean, that thing looked gone before it even touched his bat. Just the way he was able to connect on that, and without the netting in right field, who knows how far that ball would have traveled, because it still had incredible hang time.
3-2. That's in there. Sharp looks at a called strike 3. So Sharp goes down on another strikeout. He's got 2 on the night, and that'll bring up Cam Conley.
Yeah, well, it looks like Estabrook made the decision before the home plate umpire even did.
You know, sometimes you gotta sell it. You really gotta sell it in order to get the call, and I think it was in there. You seem to disagree, but
I mean, we saw a few times the umpire kind of play into the crowd's hands with how delayed some of these strikes were yesterday.
So Cam Conley looking at a 0-1 count. Missed his 2024 season at Pepperdine, recovering from a Tommy John surgery. Swings and misses. He's quickly down 0-2, and I feel like this has been a little bit of a reoccurring problem where he he falls in these counts a little bit too often.
He's swinging at the high cheese. I think he's just in his head a little bit too much here. You know, obviously frustrated yesterday after the 0 for 5 day with a hat trick of strikeouts, but we know the potential he has.
So that's in there for strike 3. Cam Conley, another strikeout, and a quick 1-2-3 inning for Damazonio as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. So Jariah Lewis in for his second at-bat. He grounded out his first time up yesterday. 1 for 4 with a strikeout from San Jose State. Originally committed to USC, but didn't make an appearance in 2021. Decided to transfer as he slaps that one foul. Count 0-1.
And for Spencer Seed, you know, we talked about how Saints starters have really struggled to get more than 4 innings, but see if he can get some quick ones here.
This one hit over towards foul ground, straight in to the visiting bullpen.
What was stopping Easton Elliott from climbing over that fence? We've seen
If
how
anyone
athletic.
could, it'd probably be him.
If anyone could, it would be Easton Elliott. I would love to see that. That would. I mean, he definitely has the athletic ability. Obviously, we're joking, but it's summer baseball. Let's have some fun.
So the count 0-2. Seed fires a strike 3, swing and miss. And there's one away.
And the Saints still down 3-0 in this one. We talked about how they've during this 8-8 stretch, or now 9-8 stretch, haven't lost 2 in a row, haven't lost more than 2 in a row, haven't won more than 2 in a row. So the law of physics will tell you it might not look good tonight. Already seeing down 3-0 with the 1 hit.
Not sure if that's physics. I don't know what that would be, but
The law of science.
the law of science. I don't know. He misses outside, ball 1.
Well, baseball's always a game of science and trying to figure out data and everything. And
We'll have to talk to our data analytics team about
the math will tell you that.
We got some statistics majors. They'll probably tell us which rule that may fall under if there is one. So count moves to 2-0. Tellerman had a single in his last at-bat.
Yeah, Seed struggling with the hits. Already 5 hits, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks.
He fires the 2-1. That one smoked out into the left field area. Watson, he's got it.
Whoa, that ball looked crushed off the bat, but just died as it was heading towards the outfield. The wind isn't blowing too much, but you could see in straightaway center. The USA flag is blowing left, but that ball really didn't carry much. It was just died, didn't have enough pop.
Yeah, definitely a little bit more breezy than we're used to down in Pasadena. But nothing too crazy, nothing too game-changing.
My dad told me it's the law of averages. That's what it is. The
There
law
we
of
go.
averages.
Thank you, Mr. Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Davis.
So that'll bring up Owen Estabrook, playing catcher tonight behind the dish. Attends Columbia University up in New York. He's going to be a sophomore.
What's with all the kids on this Blues team that just go to horrible universities? Harvard, Columbia, like, never heard of any of those schools.
Got a lot of smart kids on this team.
Yeah, we were talking with the other broadcasters for the Blues. They have 2 guys on the team that were the valedictorians of their high school class.
Fires the 0-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. Spencer Seed hands Estabrook a chair. So we get set to head to the top of the 4th inning. So Damazonio back out there for the 4th inning. He's got 6 strikeouts so far, only 1 hit and 1 walk, having a really excellent outing today.
Yeah, I mean, you looked at the numbers from Damazonio coming into tonight, 36 strikeouts and 22 innings of work. The walk total, maybe not what he was hoping for, expecting for coming into the year, 13 walks in those 22 innings, but the 36 strikeouts and 22 innings is up top of the CCL leaderboard, working at almost a 15 K per 9, which is just ridiculous. The hits per 9 maybe a little bit higher than he was also hoping for, 6, but only the 1 hit so far.
So that'll bring up Easton Elliott, the speedster. He slaps this one high into the infield. Talaman will put it away, calls off the other 3 defenders that were there. A lot of bodies.
Yeah.
But put away, so 1 away now.
Yeah, quickly 1 away here, and Damazonio is looking like he can potentially go the distance. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him through 6 innings, the way he's just been carving up this Saints lineup.
Yeah, he's really been dialed in tonight. So that'll bring up Ryan Scott, one of 2 right-handed bats in this lineup today.
Yeah, the only walk that Damazonio has issued.
Had a great day yesterday, 3 for 3. That one low and away for ball 1.
And for Ryan Scott, a guy who has just really picked it up. We saw this with Easton Elliott, I'm sorry, not Easton Elliott, with Eli Watson, but Easton Elliott too. I mean, he was usually teetering around in the high 280s, 290s, and then just really exploded.
That one fouled back. So 1-1 with one away here in the top of the fourth.
And, you know, for the Saints offense it was really quiet yesterday too, outside of that 3-run 7th inning where the hits were really just flying. You know, Saints offense just not doing what we've used to see.
Ryan Scott out of the Colony High School in Texas.
Nice take.
Count now 2-1. University of Incarnate Word, going to be a junior there. We see him over tonight at first base. It's been him and Joey Donnelly as he gets hit with a pitch, and he'll take a base.
Well, so 7 straight on base, or 7 straight at bats, reaching safely as Ryan Scott takes that one, you know, off that hip area, and you just wonder if he's okay. You know, D'Amazonio's throwing some gas.
I think he should be fine. Walked over pretty quickly, didn't really wince, but you know, he could just be a tough guy hiding it.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that with Peter Worth, and even to an extent with I can't remember
Tyler Gordon.
Tyler Gordon. I can't remember who it was, where both of those guys were ready to play the next day. And, you know, that's just going to be a stinger for Ryan Scott. We'll see how it feels after the game.
Josh Livingston swings through a fastball. Count 0-1 over at Wichita State in 2024. Hit .253, had an on-base percentage of .390.
And the only hit so far today that D'Amazonio has given up has been to Josh Livingston, who didn't play yesterday, got a little bit of a breather, and a guy who has really put up solid numbers, currently 4th on the team in batting average at .345. And this Saints team coming into tonight, 6 guys batting .300 or higher, 8 batting .270 or higher. This is a very prolific offense, but we just see the inconsistent woes. That, you know, we saw the 14 runs against the Sun Rays, and then we saw 1 run against the Barons, 4 runs here. Nothing right now.
That one inside. Count now 2-1.
And we see Ryan Scott dancing over there at first. The Saints team has just really struggled with getting picked off, and they know it. You know, we talked to Easton Elliott. He knows that he loves stealing bags, but he also understands that he has been caught a few times. We saw, you know, that weird called out that he had where the umpire said that he didn't touch second base. But the one thing I don't think we talked about was that if the umpire had said he didn't touch second base, then why didn't the pitcher throw it over to second base to confirm the out? That was the one thing that didn't happen, which just made it a really weird situation.
Yeah, not too sure about that one. That one low in the dirt for ball 3.
Because I even talked to Easton after the game with Brady Nelson too, and I was just like, why didn't that happen? Like, that's usually, if you believe that he didn't touch second base, you would have to then throw it to confirm the out, but the umpires didn't even bother with that. And maybe that was also another reason why Coach Aaron Milam was just so furious.
So 3-1 on Livingston. Scott over at first. That one fouled back. Not really expecting Scott to take off. He could. He has 3 stolen bases on the year, but Scott, not too much of a speedster.
Yeah, got hosed at home on that Crew McChesney RBI single that gave the Saints that all-important insurance run. I mean, he was out by a mile.
So a full count here on Josh Livingston. He's swinging a great bat. That one's inside, and he'll take another walk. So the on-base percentage will go up. He came into this game with a .463 OBP.
Yeah, we see him 1 for 1 with that single and walk. And maybe this is the inning that we see get away from the pitcher here, D'Amazonio, because, you know, we saw Spencer Seed have that one in the 2nd inning, 3 runs conceded. And now you have one of the more dangerous hitters in Alex Burge, who has been struggling a little bit at the plate with the strikeouts. You know, we see the strikeout total go from, at one point it was at 3, and now it's gone to 8. The walks are still there. You know, the 12 walks, 3 hit by pitches to the 8 strikeouts only.
So Alex Burge up now, Livingston's teammate last season, 2024 at Wichita State.
Yeah.
Going to be heading over to Berkeley, going to be teaming up with Joey Donnelly. You talked to Joey Donnelly with Adam. You asked him about the whole situation.
Yeah, Joey Donnelly heard about it at the beginning of this CCL season and is just uber excited. Has been even mentioned how he's even just been texting the coach at Berkeley, just saying how, you know, they got a good one. And Alex Burge, congratulations to him going now to Cal Berkeley, and, you know, not a bad school either to get an education. And for a lot of these guys, I mean, obviously it's hard to make the major league, so if you're also able to get a solid education, that's all more important as well.
He looks at a first pitch, strike 1-0. Runners on first and second for Burge, one away.
Yeah. Burge looking to add to that RBI total, 8 on the year, but a base hit could cut the deficit to 2.
He swings, sounded like a broken bat. Caught by Borba near foul territory. Just a weak little jam shot like you're about to say.
Yeah, jammed off the bat. Sounds like that bat's cooked. You know, you see Burge about 2 seconds away from breaking that. Thought about breaking it over his leg as he was heading towards the dugout, but just an unfortunate at-bat for him. Jammed it, but just a nice piece of pitching.
So that'll bring up Ray Bermudez playing right field today. Had a strikeout in his first at-bat. That one foul, bounces around. No one will move. To the count 1-0.
And Bermudez has been in a little bit of a cold streak as of late. We see the batting average now at .209 on the season, which is the second lowest on the team, following just ahead of Ryan Scott. You see the OPS at 646, which just lets you know that he's not. I'm sorry. Yeah, the OPS at 646, which is letting you know just not a ton of extra base hits on the season, but he's still holding a pretty solid 386 on base percentage. We see the 5 walks, the 2 hit by pitches.
So step it to the box. Count 2-0.
Talk about just 9 hits on the season. However, 3 of those for extra bases, 2 doubles and a homer.
2023, he hit 309 at Polk State. Still maybe looking for a new home, trying to find somewhere maybe in that Florida area, close to family, close to home.
Yeah, you know, as they say, beggars can't be choosers, but Ray Bermudez will still have an array of options to choose from if, you know, finish off this season strong. You know, everyone was kind of joking with him about finding ways to get out of the cold streak, as now runners will advance to second and third, and you're talking about a base hit now, really making this game interesting.
Yeah, that was a big pass ball. Not the end of the world for Namazonio, but now a single could.
You got a speedster over there in Livingston. Ryan Scott just 90 feet away. Ray Bermudez just try to find a way to get out of this rut. 6 RBIs on the season.
Yeah, Ryan Scott, not too much of a speedster, but he can hustle. The 3-1, swung on, hit out into center field. Lane makes the catch up just in front of the warning track, and so nothing will come from the base runners. The Saints continue to leave men on as we get set to head to the bottom of the 4th. David Matamoros, Evan Davis, Saints baseball. So Spencer Seed's day is done after 4 strikeouts, 5 hits, and 3 walks. Gave up 3 runs. It'll now be Elijah Hernandez, the right-handed pitcher from Emporia State. What do you make of him, Evan?
Yeah, 5.14 ERA, 7 innings of work. First pitch chopped to Scott.
Just can't come up with that one. Elijah Hernandez, first play of the game, could have been a routine ground ball, just couldn't glove it.
Yeah, ruled an error most likely. And for Hernandez, you saw he was looking at the base before the ball came into his glove. But I was talking about Hernandez, 7 innings of work, 9 strikeouts, 5 walks, 10 hits allowed. He got really roughed up in his last start against the Riptide. Came in for the 8th and the 9th inning, conceded 3 runs in that top of the 9th inning for the 11-4 win. 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, but his honestly the last 3 starts prior to that, 2 hits allowed in each of those 3 starts, but only 1 earned run through those 5 innings. So the ERA inflated just because of the smaller sample size.
So Hernandez will miss high inside on Ethan Royal, and so the count is 1-0. Royal had that RBI single in his last at-bat. He was able to stretch himself over to second after the throw-in. So we check on the runner. Count 2-0 still.
For Hernandez, it's how you bounce back after a rough outing. Obviously not the start you were hoping for, but the double play. What a beautiful defensive play from Cam Conley. That ball just took that last second jump, but I mean, my hot take, maybe not a hot take, I think he's the best defender on the team.
Oh, I mean, after that play, you definitely can, have a stronger case for that, and you could always make that case with him. That was really a great play. I really thought that it might have taken that weird bounce and might have gotten past him, but the quick reaction times, I saw it right there, able to get his glove to that ball, and great double play.
Yeah, and Cam Conley, that ball nearly just got to him. You saw just a quick reflex to get that ball in his glove, and for Hernandez, what a confidence boost to have just great defense working behind you, and now you can get that untraditional 1-2-3. That was a tough out in Royal.
That pitch misses. Count now 1-1. Yeah, especially after the error. You put the run on because of the error, the runner on, and then you get a great play like that. It takes your mind off of it. It's almost like it never happened.
Yeah.
This one chopped over to first. Scott will field it, toss over to Hernandez, this time in time. So recovers from the error. We get to see a great double play from Cam Conley. And it kind of redeems himself with that player, able to get out of this one with a, like you said, unconventional 1-2-3 as we get set for the top of the 5th inning. So we are back, top of the 5th here. Damazonio still in this game. He has 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch. He's only given up 1 hit.
Yeah, and that's his Charlie horse this game has really just been Josh Livingston, 1 for 1 with the hit and a walk, but only a single. Hasn't given up much loud contact. That Ray Bermudez pop fly looked like it might have had a chance, but it just didn't die down enough.
So he'll deliver his first pitch to Eli Watson. Watson shows bunt, pulls back. That's in there for strike 1. Struck out in his last at-bat.
And Damazonio has just really been balling today, and you just see like how he's been one of the best pitchers in the CCL in general, and he's really showing it today.
Yeah, really having a great night, but the walks and the hit by pitch, they did kind of get to him in the last inning. Maybe we'll see that kind of creep up on him as this game goes into later innings.
Yeah, we saw the runners on second and third with the 2 outs, but at least there were 2 outs for him. And, coming into tonight, the whip maybe not also what he wants, just 1-2-7 was it coming into tonight.
That one outside, count 2-1. Eli Watson from Jeffersonville, Indiana. Went to Our Lady of Providence High School.
Yeah, Western Kentucky and then Arizona Western, maybe another Western in his future as he's in transfer portal.
He'll slap this one foul over by the first base side. To the count 2-2 now, evened up.
Tollerman just couldn't make the grab. We saw the first base umpire yesterday make the one-handed snag on the run.
That was a great play by the umpire, I will say. That was no glove, just barehanded it on the bounce.
So nonchalant.
We did see the crowd kind of give him, his praises, give him his flowers. We get set for the 2-2. Damazonio fires. That one outside, 3-2.
Yeah, tried to get that backdoor slider again, just didn't break enough.
Eli Watson, a guy who really struggled for the first, couple of games he was in at the beginning of the season, then got that first hit, and that really, sparked his offensive power. So he'll slap this one foul and over just past the bullpen of the Saints.
Yeah, a guy that was batting below 100 at one point, now batting 300 on the season, which puts him 5th on the team in batting average, tied for 5th, coming into tonight with Cole Dudding. But, Cole went back home, had an injury, and is now recovering. So I guess Eli Watson gets permanent position of the number 5 spot.
So a walk for Eli Watson, that'll bring his total up to 7 on the season. He's got 5 strikeouts, so more walks than strikeouts. That's always a good thing.
Yeah, and you see, this 4th and now 5th inning, pitcher's starting to become a little bit more vulnerable. We see a few more walks than we had seen prior. Already a handful in this one, 3rd walk issued with the hit by pitch, so 4 free passes, still only just 1 hit.
So after the walk to Watson, that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Tyler Gordon. Plays a heck of a defense.
Yeah, you wonder if he might square down to bunt. You got Watson at first, who is a little bit of a speedster. 5 stolen bases, which puts him tied for 3rd with a plethora of guys on this team.
Gordon himself has 5 stolen bases. Comes into this game hitting .212 as Watson takes off, but it won't matter because of the foul ball. So the count 0-2 now. So Watson looked to get a good jump. Could have definitely got in there if it weren't for the foul.
Yeah, Watson really took off. Damazonio had no clue that Watson was running, and if Gordon doesn't swing, I think Watson's in there safely. But we see numerous times where the Saints try to pull the hit and run.
So the 0-2 count now. Fires. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 for Tyler Gordon as he looks down in disapproval. So an unfortunate strikeout after grounding out in his first at-bat, and that'll bring up Jacob Sharp, who's had 2 strikeouts on the night himself. On the evening, I should say. I keep on doing this.
Yeah, well, still afternoon. Evening time, more around 5 o'clock. We're not used to this. The customary here in San Luis Obispo is we play baseball on Sundays at 2 p.m. I don't know if that has to do anything with the lights. I mean, we didn't experiment them yesterday, but I guess they do play the Friday night games.
Maybe it's the weather. Could be a little bit nicer weather. It's pretty hot down in Pasadena. This one hit on the ground by Jacob Shart. Watson does a good job of letting it pass by him as not to hit him, and Shart is in at first with a single.
Yeah, second hit of the game for the Saints. You know, talking about this fourth and the fifth inning, really getting away from Damazonio, and now Cam Conley, who just looks a little bit flustered at the plate. You know, he's swinging at a lot of high pitches, really making it easier for the pitchers. But now he represents the tying run at the plate. And if you're the Saints, maybe the third time this game already, you've had runners at first and second and nothing to show for it. Just got to come away with one run here at least.
That was Shart's first hit between yesterday and today. That pitch nearly gets past the backstop. Estabrook does a good job of getting to it, keeping it in front of him, keeping those runners at first and second.
Yeah, nice keep by him. And you know, I was thinking about, you know, why they play at 2. You know, we see maybe like the Dodgers, they have that Friday night game, then the Saturday's a little like an hour earlier, kind of similar to here, 2 hours earlier, and then the Sunday they play at 1. Here we play at 2.
That one in there for a strike swinging. Watson takes off the pitch high. Sorry, the throw high. He's going to be safe. If that gets into the outfield, that could potentially be 2 runs scored. Shart could have potentially scored there.
Yeah, Casey Barba's got the height, though. You know, we see, well, say what, maybe like 5'11", 6 foot. About, I know, like sometimes they kind of
I can tell you exactly how tall
mess up.
Borba is. 6'1".
All right, I was in the ballpark, but yeah, the height from Borba really bails out Estabrook.
That one slap foul by Conley. 1 and 2 now. Again, we see him in this pitcher's count. Hopefully he can work himself out of it.
Yeah, and, you know, for Conley, one swing of the bat, and you're talking about a brand new ball game, and what a better way to get out of a rut than with a hit or at least a sac fly, something to get the offense clicking.
That one slapped over to the third base side, just foul. Count still 1 and 2. Conley, 2 strikeouts on the night, struck out 3 times yesterday. Still hasn't picked up his first hit in this night, but looking similar to Jacob Shart, hadn't picked up his first hit in this series until the previous at bat. Could Cam Conley do the same?
You sure hope so.
That one definitely inside. So the count 2 and 2. Good job of holding off.
Yeah, nice check on that to get the check swing, and he thought about it definitely for a second.
So the 2-2 now. Damazonio.
He's trying to front door slider him.
So gonna say he went around, did almost a good job of holding off on it. So a third strikeout for Cam Conley. He has 5 between yesterday and today. I'll bring up Easton Elliott. He's flown out twice today.
For Cam Conley, you look at, you know, 2 strikeouts in this one, both chasing the high fastball. Damazonio has just been cooking. Now 7 strikeouts through 4 2/3.
That one inside. 1-0 on Easton Elliott. Playing third base tonight. We're going to see him make a great little snag on a line out that could have potentially been extra bases.
Yeah, I had a nice snag in yesterday's game. Potentially could have been the difference maker in what was a 4-2 win.
Count 1 and 1 now, 2 away here. Runners on second and third. So 1 and 1, fires. That one's big swing by Easton Elliott. So the count falls to 1 and 2. That one inside would have been a ball.
1 and 2 to Easton Elliott. Runners on second and third. Tying run up at the plate.
See, runners on second and third with that 1 out. Saints just got to get something going.
So the 1-2. That one will miss. count all squared away at 2. Saints in danger of stranding an additional 2 runners on base. We've seen this as a recurring problem yesterday and today.
Yeah, and Easton Elliott has been one of the hottest hitters, ranking second on the team in average, just a couple points behind.
That one will get away from Estabrook, but everyone is going to stay where they are. Really surprised. Watson's got some wheels on him. Definitely would have been close.
I know. I think it's just, you got the 3, 4, 5 coming up. Maybe if they were up, maybe if the Saints are up 3-0, you take that chance. But when you're down 3-0, you have a very solid hitter in Easton Elliott. Just let him do his job.
3-2, full count. That one slapped away. Very nearly fair down the third base line. We saw him double yesterday in that area. Got a trickler hard hit, trickler past the third baseman, able to get into the outfield. That was good for a double yesterday.
Yeah, Saints would really love a double today.
Swung on, hit, and not going to get over. Met him, nearly got into the outfield for a bloop single, but the Saints, characteristic of today and yesterday, strand 2. So we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, halfway to home here from San Luis Obispo. So Hernandez back out there for his 2nd inning of work. That's in there for a strike on Nico Button. Nico Button walked in his last at-bat. And it's a strikeout tonight. His last game was July 3rd against the Foresters, where he went 1 for 4.
Yeah, Hernandez gets back on the mound. The uncharacteristic 1-2-3, and that ball down the bottom of the 4th inning almost got away from him, a little bit weary, but nice play by Ryan Scott on the backhand. And this is a guy that can just play anywhere, and it just speaks to the Saints' MO, where yesterday he plays right field. Today we thought Joey Donnelly was going to be at first. Instead, it's now Ryan Scott at first. Ray Bermudez gets his usual in right. Jacob Schart usually DH left field, now in center. And even Eli Watson kind of just playing all around the outfield too.
So that one's high, 2-2 on Nico Button. Nico Button, senior, going to be a senior at Cal Berkeley. Soon to be teammates with Alex Burge, also a catcher. So both catchers at Cal Berkeley.
Yeah, Nico Button will.
So that one's hit into the outfield. And Jacob Schart able to range over to his left and bring that one in for out number 1. And
Hernandez is getting back into the groove of what we saw from his previous 3 starts outside of the last one against the Riptide, the three prior to that, 2 hits in each of them, but 2 innings, just giving the Saints really solid work and just doing a great job, only allowing 1 earned run through those 6 innings. And then, everyone has a bad game, everyone has a bad outing, and for him, fortunately, it was in an 11-1 game where he came in, gave up 3 runs, so no harm really, and he's just able to, get through it and clear mind now. He's really dealing here, trying to keep the Saints in it.
So 0-1. That one misses outside. Count falls to 1-1 on Max Lane. He had a 2 RBI single in his last at bat. Also stole a bag his last time on the base paths. Lane from Corona Del Mar. He bats this one over to Easton Elliott. Bobbles it at first. Able to recover and toss it over to first for the out. Great job by Easton Elliott.
I think he was just proving that he can even bobble it and still make a great throw over there to first.
Yeah, definitely one of the best athletes on this team, no matter where you put him. We saw, Adrian Lopez at third yesterday had some struggles. Today it's Easton Elliott. So now Casey Borba up. He'll pop this one up on the first pitch he sees. Elliott calls everyone off. And so a quick 1-2-3 inning for Elijah Hernandez in his second inning of work. Still hasn't given up a hit or a walk. No strikeouts, but no runs given up as we head to the 6th inning. Here, you're watching Saints Baseball. So the Blues will go to the pen. They'll go to Marco Cipolla. Looks like the night is over. Sorry, the evening is over from Damazonia. He leaves this game with 7 strikeouts, 2 hits, 1 hit by pitch, and 3 walks. Cipolla, the right-handed pitcher from the University of Colorado Springs. He'll be entering his sophomore season. Stayed at 6'4", Has an ERA of 4.05.
Yeah, and for Damazonia, shoved. Absolutely shoved. Did a great job containing this Saints offense in what is a much-needed win for the Blues. You know, coming into today, 10-10, sitting right at that 500 mark. The Saints 12-8, but he did his job. He did what an ace is supposed to do, and we've seen the success that he's had this season, and no surprise, just putting up another great outing. Now 43 strikeouts on the year.
So Cipla will face his first batter, and Ryan Scott, the first baseman, is that one high and outside for ball one.
And Ryan Scott continuing his great work, a hit by pitch and a walk in this one. 7 straight at-bats reaching safely.
He'll miss again, count 2-0. Ryan Scott got hit by a pitch in his last at-bat and walked in his first at-bat, so 2 free passes so far. Had a great night yesterday. That one fouled back. Just got out of here.
Yeah. We see like all those kids running for the baseball. I was trying to figure out maybe if they get something in return, you know, like for us they get the starburst, but if they bring it back, but I guess we heard that they get to keep the ball. So lucky them.
Count 2-1 on Scott. Scott spits on the ball low. Count 3-1.
And for Ryan Scott, you know, still last on the team in batting average, but 12 walks on the year, now 13, which is a top, now is second with Adrian Lopez.
He gets another one there, so another walk for Ryan Scott, and he's having a productive night getting on base.
Now tied for first on the team in walks with Joey Donnelly at 14, and 8 straight at-bats reaching safe. And
yeah,
for
what a huge series for him.
Yeah, and, you know, just had to get the monkey off the bat. Just so confident going 3 for 3 yesterday with a couple of walks. And today he just looks different. You know, sometimes he was chasing pitches out of the zone, and he's now really forcing the pitchers to throw him something, but they saw how he did yesterday, and they don't want to.
That one fouled away. Count 0-1 now. Livingston from Rock Hill, Texas High School. Born in Prosper, Texas.
Yeah, him and Burge living together throughout this season. The residential housing unit 5 minutes away from the field.
Count 1-1 now.
Livingston also looking for a spot somewhere. Burge already making that commitment to UC Berkeley. Could we see both of them join forces yet again?
That would be something, especially also with Donnelly. That one slapped hard but foul.
And you see Livingston giving the nod. He knows that if he's just a little bit later, holds back a little bit more, that ball is roped down the first base line.
It's interesting to see Livingston and Burge's, approaches very similar. Two close guys that went to college together. See them a lot, together around the field on the bus. Very similar approaches. Not really swinging at much. Really good at getting on base.
Nice check back. And one can only begin to question that Ryan Scott heating up has to do with the fact that Adam Beck isn't here to put all the pressure on him.
That is probably his favorite player on the team, so kind of unfortunate he's not here to watch Ryan Scott in this little burst of offense that he's currently going through. That one swung on and missed by Livingston. Strike 3. And the throw over to second will not get Scott. So Scott moves up a bag as Livingston strikes out.
Surprised Livingston didn't even go to run. Like, I figured, at least make it interesting. Ryan Scott was already there running.
So that'll bring up Livingston's teammate. Well, for now, and maybe in the future, who knows? Alex Burge, the catcher for today. I keep on saying tonight. We need a counter.
I think we're already at like 10.
Probably.
But another runner in scoring position here for the Saints, who, 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Now 0 for 8 after that last half inning. We've seen these issues in these last couple of games, and it's really spoken to the 500 record. The first 3 games of the season when they were crushing opponents, they were just really making pitchers pay for allowing them on base. And now, pitchers are getting Saints guys on base, but are still walking away without any harm.
Count 2-0 on Burge now. Had a weak little fly out over to third in his last at bat. Broken bat. A little bit frustrated with himself. We saw him maybe want to break the bat over his knee. I don't think he did, but
he was definitely thinking about it. Just an unfortunate at bat that it jammed him and found a home right for the third baseman.
That one called a strike. I'm not too sure about that one. Looked really close in on the hands of Burge.
They had to even step back a little bit there.
Count 2-1. While at Wichita State, he earned a place on the AAC All-Academic team. So he smacks that one foul over by the first base side.
And him and Livingston have put together really solid at-bats against Cipolla, but they're just a little bit early on their swings. If they hold back a little bit more, and we're talking about some base hits here.
Burge from Olathe, Kansas. Went to Olathe West High School. Yeah, made that AAC All-Academic team. Going to be transferring over to Berkeley. That's a great academic school. Maybe looking to make some sort of academic team there. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Alex Burge goes down swinging.
So make that now 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. And, we talk about a leadoff walk for Ryan Scott. Maybe he could get some things going. And, 2 straight strikeouts from Cipolla. Just,
Yeah, pretty nice stuff from Cipolla. Gave up the walk to Scott, but has since recovered with 2 strikeouts. So Ray Bermudez now. Sorry, not Ray Bermudez.
it's a new guy, Sheehan O'Connor. Sheehan O'Connor from New Mexico State in Seattle, Washington.
So this will be his first time taking a crack at things, number 10. Kind of threw me for a loop there.
Yeah. No one gave us a heads up that he was coming, unless this is just one of our guys with a different jersey on. I'm still a little confused.
I did hear about a new guy joining the team, I believe yesterday.
But that was the pitcher, Carter Herrera.
Could also
I have I have zero clue what's going on. Carter Herrera he was here last year with the Saints. He made his debut yesterday, but that was new guy.
So at count 1-1 on O'Connor's first at bat.
Yeah, he's a guy who's played a lot of years, played junior college, and no one gave us the heads up that we had a new guy. But with a bunch of guys set to leave soon, makes sense to bring in another infielder.
Looking at a 1-2 count, and that one will catch the zone at the top for strike 3 looking. So the Saints will strand a run at second. You're watching Saints baseball. Yeah. Ledger Hernandez still out on the mound as we get set for the bottom of the 6th inning. Big swing and a miss from Jariah Lewis.
Yeah, and the Saints still struggling to tack on runs. Just really even putting balls in play. Only 2 hits. They're drawing walks, but once the runners get on base, we saw 3 straight strikeouts from Cipolla. Just dealing right now.
That one misses just outside for Hernandez. Count 1-1.
Yeah, and for the Saints, just really important to get some leverage out of, not some leverage, some innings out of your relievers. You know, we saw the Saints only need to use 3 pitchers yesterday. Carter Herrera doing a great job. Braden Sanford closing things down. And now for Hernandez, who's already been dealing through 2 innings.
Big swing and a miss. Count evened up at 2.
Yeah, and you know, Hernandez, this has been one of the Saints' more consistent relievers. You know, obviously had that rough game against the Riptide, but sometimes it's hard for a pitcher to come in when the lead is so large because the pressure isn't really there and maybe you just lose focus.
That one slapped just foul. That would have been fair. Could have definitely bounced around in the corner.
That could have been a triple, knowing, you know, you see the speed from Jariah Lewis, evidenced by the 13 stolen bases. I mean, we could have had a runner on 3rd and nobody out for the top of the continuing at the bottom of the order.
Lewis hit 192 in his 2024 season at San Jose State. He was a redshirt junior in 24. Didn't make any appearances during his time at USC in 2021 as he swings through a strike 3.
Yeah, another strikeout for Hernandez, who has just looked like what we're used to seeing.
That was actually Hernandez's first strikeout, but he's done a really good job of not allowing runners to get on base, getting some weak contact, some ground outs. So that'll bring up the first baseman, Tallerman. Tallerman, a local, San Luis Obispo, California. Stands at 6'5" at Cuesta College. So he grounds one over to Cam Conley, fields it cleanly, and tosses over to first for the 2nd out of the inning.
You know, if the bat's not working for Cam Conley, the defense will surely make up for it. We saw that incredible double play that he had after the error from Hernandez in his first inning of work. That might have just been a nice momentum boost for Hernandez, knowing that he has the defense around him, and Cam Conley just makes the easy plays look even that much more easier.
So after the ground out from Tallerman, that'll bring up Owen Estabrook. Put the R in the wrong place there. So he swings at first pitch. Foul ball. Count now 0-1. Evan was reaching up. Thought he maybe had a chance at grabbing that.
I got my glove ready.
That was like me yesterday. Estabrook, like we said, from Columbia University. He's a sophomore. From Santa Barbara, California. So he chops this one over to shortstop. Tyler Gordon fires in time. What a great throw.
What a play.
Tyler Gordon off of his back foot, able to get the runner out at first with a bang, bang play. So after a pretty quick inning from Elijah Hernandez, we get set for the top of the 7th inning here in San Luis Obispo. Eli Watson in against Sipila. Sipila has 2 Ks so far through this one. Watson has a strikeout and a walk to his name today. Sorry, 3 strikeouts for Sipila. Watson grounds this one up the middle just past the pitcher. It'll get into center field as Watson has a leadoff single.
Yeah, and Sipila almost put a play on that, but Watson just smoked it up the middle. Sipila unable to corral it, just went right under his glove. And another leadoff runner on board for the Saints. It's just a matter of now cashing in.
So they'll bring up Tyler Gordon. Had that great throw to end the bottom of the last inning. So far, he has a ground out and a strikeout. Looking at his 3rd at-bat. Watson will take off, throw into second way early, and he's out. Yeah, that was just a great throw.
I mean, Estabrook, beautiful throw. Watson had a solid jump, but that one just beat him by a mile.
So the single kind of erased. So there's 1 out here.
You talk about aggressive base running, but when you're down by 3, I don't know. Just gotta be careful with all the runners that you have available to you. That was the Saints. That was only their 3rd hit of the game.
So 1-1 now on Gordon. Gordon played in 2023 with Vanguard University, earned GCAC Freshman of the Year last season at Miami of Ohio. Now looking to transfer, maybe come back home to the Southern California area. We talked to him a little bit ago.
Yeah, wants to be in an area where his parents can go watch him play, where his grandparents can go watch him play, and just being close to home. He said he had fun at Miami of Ohio, but it was just hard being away from home.
Takes a big swing and a miss for strike 3. He stood around in the box for a little while, maybe a bit disappointed after himself. He has 2 strikeouts in a row.
Yeah, and that's Sipila's 4th K through an inning and 2/3. Just looking really solid. 1 walk and 1 hit allowed, and then the 4 strikeouts.
So Jacob Shart now takes a pitch for a strike count 0-1. Jacob Shart kind of mixing in a little bit.
Mixing the 2.
Takes a big swing. That one over to right field. What a great catch. Yes, he made the catch. Wow, Jariah Lewis. I'm kind of in awe right now. I was really hoping that, he didn't make that catch for, the sake of the Saints, but a leaping catch, almost like the Jordan logo.
Oh my God. Oh, what a play. Tip of the cap to Jariah Lewis. Takes away extra bases from Jacob Shart.
So we get set for the bottom of the 7th inning. So Elijah Hernandez's night is done. Limited the damage. Only one strikeout. We're going to look at the left-handed pitcher, Andrew Wright now of Cal State Fullerton. He misses wide, ball one. And we're joined by one of our data analytics interns, Mr. Brennan Gilchrist. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing great.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing amazing.
So we got to ask, how do you get started with data and analytics? Where's the passion with that?
Where's the passion? I mean, I guess I love math, you know. That's my favorite subject. So I get to watch a really amazing sport, go to a bunch of baseball games, and I get to do math. I mean, what's there to not love?
That one chopped over to the shortstop, Gordon. Fired over to first for a quick out. There's one away now. And that'll bring up a new batter. Ethan Royal as the lineup resets. And so Brennan,
Yes.
looking at the lineup, are there any stats that really jump out to you from certain guys that you're like, wow, that's really amazing? Our broadcasters should talk about that more.
Ones that you haven't talked about, I'd have to think about. I mean, I love how you guys talk about our on-base percentages with guys like Alex Burge, and even Easton Elliott has walked a lot. I love that you guys get there. I'm thinking other stats that you guys don't talk about. I'm not sure.
That one slapped over to Gordon again. Fires on a first quick throw and a quick out. They're quickly 2 away here. So Ethan Royal will ground out, and that'll bring up number 9, Braden Jeffries. He has a single, a strikeout, and a ground out.
And we have a question from home from Mr. Adam Beck, sir.
Okay.
He's asking, how do you become so good at the spreadsheets?
Oh, it's just a lot of practice. I never took any classes or anything that taught me like Excel, Google Sheets or anything, and so I guess I just look up, use Google, look up a lot of stuff if you ever have a question. Someone's done it maybe 8 years ago, 9 years ago. I mean, there's always someone who's had the same problem you have, so just a lot of practice and looking stuff up.
This is a serious question that I've had wondered for a while. Do you think baseball has become too analytical just with the amount of stats that are out there?
I think there's a really good balance. I mean, last season, we saw guys who would play significantly better just based on fan interactions and like how well the fans perceive them and like love them. And I mean, that's not something you can ever put a number on or calculate. So as long as you're getting a good balance, I think you're good there. Just try to figure out that these are players, maybe not the numbers are is going to show you something, but definitely there are ways to gain an edge by looking at numbers and such.
So a 2-2 count now on Braden Jeffries. And Brennan, are there any trends that you notice as this one hit over to third? And the toss is in time. Wow, the toss made by Sheehan O'Connor, who came in for Easton
nice.
Elliott. Or Ray Bermudez. I think there were some switch arounds. So they're 3 away. We get set for the top of the 8th inning. We'll stick around just for a little while. I got one more question for you. Are there any trends that you notice in the Arroyo Seco Saints when they do one thing particularly well in a game, they tend to win those games? Or maybe you do something pretty bad in the game, they tend to lose those games on the opposite end of the spectrum?
Definitely noticed. I mean, I think when we first started this season, there was just patience and discipline at the plate. I mean, it seemed like every single guy who would go up there would just take it long at bats and then end up walking, getting on base, maybe not with a hit. Definitely feel like in those games that we've lost, we get a little less patient with that. I want to really get a hit. Like maybe they're coming in the game confident, like, oh yeah, we got this. And so they're just swinging at everything and just, it's not working out as well. But so definitely keep up with the discipline on the plate. Definitely, we mentioned it earlier, Alex Burge definitely has kept doing that and has kept up with the patience. But as long as everyone else keeps up with that and keeps doing that, I think we should be good.
Dream team to work for, to do data and analytics.
Well, I'm a big Pirates fan, so I think I would have to go to the Pirates. It's a little far away from here. Head back to the East Coast, but I think that'd be amazing. Beautiful stadium too. I don't think any other stadium in the league even compares.
No, I definitely think PNC's up there, like top 2. I think that and like Oracle Park, like AT&T. I think that one. Like those are 1 and 2. I think that you can interchange those.
Very beautiful. They're all amazing.
Well, thank you for joining us, Mr. Brennan Gilchrist. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah,
Love to
it's
see
been
all
fun.
the work that you do on the point streak and synergy, all the work you do, getting these players points and everything accurate, to a T.
Yeah.
So look forward to seeing more of what you do. Thank you for joining
Should be
us.
fun.
So the Blues will go to the bullpen. They'll bring in Ericus Padzunas. His first pitch is away for a ball. Had a great conversation with Brendan Gilchrist, one of our data analytics interns.
Yeah, it was fun talking with them. Some people might argue that data and analytics have gotten away from the game of what's truly happening on the field, but I still think it's important to keep in mind just the success of batters against certain pitchers in certain situations to allow your team the best opportunity to win.
Yeah, definitely. So we're looking at a 1-1 count from Padzunas to the batter Cam Conley. That one outside. Ball 2. Conley not having a great series. He had 3 strikeouts yesterday. He's already up to 3 strikeouts today. Has not landed a hit in either game.
Yeah, has already 3 strikeouts today and has just been chasing the high fastball.
Here we see him in a count 2-2.
Mentioned earlier how the Saints haven't won more than 2 games in a row, haven't lost more than 2 games in a row since their 3-0 start.
That one up high. And now a full count on Cam Conley. Hopefully Cam Conley can do something, productive here. We've seen him fall behind in counts earlier today. Now in a full count.
And this game has been absolutely flying. We're 2 hours into it, and we're already in the top of the 8th inning.
Payoff pitch misses outside. Cam Conley's worked himself a walk after a start with 3 strikeouts.
But here's another leadoff base runner for the Saints and nothing to show for it. Now you have Ryan Scott, who has just been really productive at the plate. I'm sorry, Easton Elliott. I apologize. Ryan Scott fooled me when he walked up to grab Cam Conley's stuff. But now you have Easton Elliott, who 0 for 3 with 3 flyouts today. But this is still a very productive hitter that you have to respect at the plate. Still capable of really putting bat to ball. And what better time than now to get something going? Game's not over.
It's been his last season at Oral Roberts University. Came in late, but since he's come in, he's been very effective with that batting average, getting on base, scoring runs, 14 RBIs.
Yeah, 14 RBIs now in 15 games played. Those are excellent numbers, and came in and made an impact. He had that big game against the Academy Barons, and maybe you thought, oh, there was just like, I don't know if the word says stat padding game, but that was when a lot of guys put up obviously 18 runs, but he continued that offensive stretch, and it has not died down yet. Obviously, he didn't get an RBI yesterday, but still finding ways to be effective, and it's just his versatility that has become so crucial for this team.
Yeah, it was 2 for 3 yesterday. Had a double, 2 walks. For Oral Roberts, he attended Johnson County Community College, where he earned all conference honors. That was in 2023. And potentially looking for a new home next season.
Well, not potentially. He's in the transfer portal. He's definitely looking for something. He said he enjoyed his time at Oral Roberts, but just needs more playing time. Only got in 20 games, started just 11 of them. You know, a lot of great talent, obviously. We know the Oral Roberts is no sloucher when it comes to making appearances at the College World Series, which he enjoyed, but just he said he obviously would have liked to play in them.
Definitely a valid reason for wanting to find a new home. That one misses inside. Count 2-2 now.
And this is the chance right now. You have the meat of the order coming up with 3, 4, 5. Ryan Scott, Josh Livingston both having really solid games at the plate. Easton Elliott 0 for 3, but had a double and a couple of walks yesterday. Nice take.
That one misses high. Now a full count on Elliott. We saw a full count on Conley. He was able to draw himself a walk. We'll see if Elliott can do something similar.
Yeah, and you wonder with Cam Conley over there at first, a 3-2 count, does he also get a green light? We know how aggressive Milam is, but Cam Conley barely even taking a step. Now he does.
And he'll earn himself a walk. So now runners on first and second after back-to-back walks.
Yeah, and the home crowd does not agree with that call. You can hear some screams from them, but now back-to-back walks for the hottest hitter on the Saints.
Looks like we're going to have a meeting out there on the mound. Don't think they're going to pull him. Just came into the game. So 2 back-to-back walks. Still no outs here in the top of the 8th inning. This game running by very quickly. Although we do see some activity in the bullpen. It would be a bit odd if they were to pull him so early.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the rules about how long a pitcher has to go. Obviously, in the major leagues, if you come in, you have to face a minimum of 3 batters. But nonetheless, you know, the lead's still obviously at 3. No actual damage has occurred. But you still you don't want the pitcher warming up once it's 3-3 or 3-2. Like, you want to at least make sure that pitcher is just getting loose. And he's just starting his warm-up, you know, now really throwing the hard stuff. So, you know, if this inning does get away from Ericus, you know, maybe we see the new pitcher come in.
Probably just giving the bullpen a little bit more time to get warmed up here as we get set for things to kick back off. Count 0-2. Ryan Scott having a great series. That one hit into the outfield hard. That'll get down. Conley will hold up at third base. Now there's runners at every base.
Have a day, Ryan Scott.
Not just have a day, have a series. Yesterday, 2 RBIs, 2 walks. Today, he's got 2 walks, a hit by pitch, and now a single. So up will come Josh Livingston, the power hitter out of Wichita State, with the bases loaded.
Big opportunity here for Ryan Scott, for Josh Livingston.
Livingston skies this one away over to left field. Nearly a collision, but Max Lane will handle things.
Just not an ideal at bat from Livingston. Skies the first pitch, but it's just not deep enough to advance a runner.
Yeah, and it's not even just that, you know, he didn't get it far enough to advance the runner. He swung on the first pitch. Didn't really work the pitcher as much as you would really hope for. So a quick 1 out. That'll bring up Alex Burge. Has 2 flyouts and a strikeout so far tonight. Still looking for that first hit of the day.
Yeah, and just a big spot here.
That one low and away. Count 1-0. Bases loaded. Like we've talked about multiple times in this series, the Saints have not been great with the bases loaded, or really just any runners on base.
Yeah, they've just been really struggling with runners in scoring position. And this is a big spot here for Burge. You know, he is a power hitter. He's capable of putting bat to ball. Burge,
1-0. Slapped on the ground, foul.
Burge has a couple of doubles on the year, but 8 RBIs as well.
Has 4 extra base hits, and he has 2 home runs. Saw those 2 home runs come in the same game. Lazara also homered in that game at home. Forgot who they were playing.
I believe that was in that, if I'm not mistaken, it was in that Riptide game or the Barons game. I can't remember off the top of my head. But this is a big spot here. You know, 1 and 2, you had bases loaded, nobody out. You got to come away with something. This is the game right here.
Bases loaded jam. Go ahead, run at the ditch. Tying run at first base. Top of the 8th inning at Sunshine.
The 1-2 pitch. Swung on. Foul down the first base side. Count remains at 1-2. 1 away here. Got Conley over on third. Elliott over at second. And Ryan Scott over on first. Those 2 leading guys, Conley and Elliott, really can move. The 1-2. Taken for a strike 3. I thought that was inside. Looks like Alex Burge did too. Had a reaction kind of saying, come on. Didn't agree with that at all.
Yeah, 50-50 pitch, but when you're down in the count 1 and 2, you got to find a way to foul that off. And now the Saints had the bases loaded, nobody out, and in danger of stranding all.
So I bring up the new guy, Sheehan O'Connor, in a big spot here. Got 2 outs, bases loaded. That one's away.
Nice keep by the backstop, Estabrook.
Count now 1-0. O'Connor struck out in his last at-bat. This will be his second at-bat this season. That one just catches the outside corner. O'Connor having a little conversation with the ump, asking him, not sure what he was asking him. I thought it might have been outside, maybe something about that. So the count moves to 1-1. Kicks, fires, swung on and missed. This one will bounce away, but no one will move. Bounced away, just not too far. Pitcher did a good job of covering home plate. So the count 1-2 now.
I mean, if you're you gotta go. Like at this point, now you're in danger of coming away with nothing after having the bases loaded and nobody out. And for how aggressive this Saints team is, that's now the second time where a ball has gotten past the catcher with the runner on third and they're not able to score.
2 outs now, bases loaded. The Saints have done a horrible job scoring runs on base. That one misses high. Count now 2-2. O'Connor making his debut with the Saints today, looking to turn things around.
Yeah, already put in a big spot here with a 2-2 count, 2 outs, team down by 3.
The delivery, swung on, fouled back. It'll hit the press box. Bangarang down by, not sure what's down there. I think there's a concession stand down there.
Yeah.
Pretty lively stadium. A lot of people. They got a whole lot of events that go on in between innings. We saw some players putting. That one will catch the zone, strike 3. The zone's just been really wide tonight, if I'm being honest. And so the Saints strand the bases loaded. Score 3-0. Saints unable to capitalize on the base runners. You're watching Saints baseball. Bottom of the 8th inning now. Andrew Wright, the left-handed pitcher, still in. One of the few left-handed pitchers that this Saints roster has.
Yeah, Spencer Seed, obviously one of them, but it's ironic how a team full of lefty hitters just has a few lefty starters.
They'll say he went around, so count moves to 2-1. Nico Button up to bat over at Cal Berkeley. Made the Pac-12 Spring Academic Honor Roll in 2023. That one misses. Count now 3-1. Button has a strikeout, a walk, and a flyout. That one swung on and missed. They call that a sword. Pitching Ninja on Instagram kind of coined that phrase. It's now a trackable stat on pitching or baseball reference under the pitching stats. Count 3-2 now.
Just a momentum killer last half inning with the Saints bases loaded, nobody out, and to come away with nothing.
Big swing and a miss. Andrew Wright walks around the mound as he strikes out Nico Button. So there's one away now. And that'll bring up Max Lane, the left fielder. Lane with a walk, 2 RBI single, stolen base, and a ground out. Max Lane over at Harvard University was a valedictorian in high school. He airs this one out towards left field. So they'll put that one away. Quickly 2 away now for Andrew Wright.
Yeah, nice response here with 2 quick outs for Andrew Wright, but the Saints offense just completely depleted after that chance ruined with not even able to get it 1 run in.
Now third baseman Borba has a walk and 2 flyouts. Wright trying to make this a quick 1-2-3 inning. Misses away, count 1-0. Like I was saying in the last inning, just a slew of, fun little events and such going on here in San Luis Obispo. We saw some of the players had a little chipping putting green sort of thing, and I think if they did something, the fans got some sort of reward, as this one again aired out into left field. And the Saints will put that one away for a quick 1-2-3 inning. Andrew Wright gets out of this one quickly as we head to the top of the 9th inning. San Luis Obispo up 3-0. So top of the 9th inning now, new pitcher in Noah Ferguson looking to close things out for the Blues. The Saints in danger of being shut out for the first time this season.
Yeah, this is a Saints squad that we know the offensive capabilities. They rank in the top in most offensive stats, and the pitching staff has done everything they could. Outside of that second inning blunder from Spencer Seed, it's been perfect for them, and it's just the offense hasn't been able to respond well.
Big swing and a miss by Watson. Count 0-1 now. Noah Ferguson comes into the game, the right-handed pitcher from Oregon State University. Going to be a senior from Salem, Oregon, capital of Oregon. He redshirted in 2023. Watson with another big swing and a miss. 0-2.
Yeah, and outside of two of his like 5 appearances, Ferguson has been basically perfect.
Watson looking at a 0-2 count here. Fires. That one outside. Count now 1-2.
Nice take from Watson. I know it was outside, but when you're 0-2 and down by 3, you tend to be more aggressive.
Watson last at bat. Got on base with a single, then got caught stealing at second. Besides that, he has a walk and a strikeout on the day. So he fouls that one back. Still looking at a 1-2 count. Watson has been incredibly productive since getting that first hit. A little bit late.
closed off in his stance from the stretch as Ferguson.
He fires. That one catches the zone upstairs and inside. Eli Watson goes down looking.
Just an unfortunate first out. You had to get something going, but now you got the 9-hitter in Tyler Gordon.
Now we have Tyler Gordon, the 9-hitter, grounded out in his first at-bat and 2 strikeouts. Hasn't really been there for him today. I've done it again.
You've done it again.
Hasn't really been there for him offensively today, but it's been really effective over at shortstop. I think we could be, see him a lot more going forward in the shortstop position.
Yeah, it seems like that might be his new home. You look at it, just with the unfortunate play of Adrian Lopez just leading the team in errors by a large margin, and you have a very reliable shortstop in Tyler Gordon. I could see that being his spot for the foreseeable future.
Gordon obviously trying to do something big with that swing. Count 1-1. One away here in the top of the 9th. The Saints have not been shut out so far in this season. Could we see?
Yeah, now they're down to their final 2. Final 2 outs here.
That one nearly hits Gordon. The inside fastball, that's ball 2, count 2-1.
Got the 1-2-3, the next 3 batters here for the Saints. Gordon's just got to do his job, try to get on base.
Fires. Swung on, hit right back to the pitcher, dropped it. Ferguson throws over to first for the close play. And there's 2 away now. Saints down to their last out, in danger of a shutout.
Yeah, Tyler Gordon has the speed, but just you could be the fastest man alive. It still would have been really hard to just make that over to first, but you love the effort from him nonetheless.
So the final hope will be in the bat of Jacob Shart. It's been phenomenal this season. Today has 1 hit, but 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Yesterday was 0 for 4. That one's in there for a strike, 0-1 on Shart. Shart hopefully will be part of the CCL showcase lineup for the South representing the Saints. That'll be in mid-July.
Yeah, he'll most likely be in that lineup. I'd be surprised if he wasn't.
Now down to the last strike, 0-2. Ferguson has some pitches to play with, 0-2. Shart just trying to keep the hope alive for the Saints. Down 3-0. Fires. Belted out into the right field, sorry, but Lewis will get there. Thought it might have gotten down, but that'll do it here from San Luis Obispo. The Blues split the series in the second game. Anything else to add?
Yeah, and the trend continues for the Saints. Haven't lost more than 2 in a row, haven't won more than 2 in a row, and are now 9-9 in their last 18 games. But you'll absolutely take it in a weekend set 1-1. Come away with something, and that's exactly what they did. They moved to 12-9 due the Saints on the season, and the Blues now get out of that 500 rut at 11-10. And for the Saints, they'll get that mandatory day off tomorrow, be back at home, and still got to get things going here. They have a game with the Academy Barons, a team that they're very, very familiar with, and then another big 2 games after that, or 3 games rather, with the Foresters and the Oaks. So just got to still get back into those winning ways. The offense has just got to start clicking. It's a little too inconsistent.
Yes, Saints just left 12 men on base. They were 12-0. Or no, sorry, 0 for 12 with men on base. Sorry, mixed that up a little bit. They lose an unfortunate one here, 3-0 from Sinsheimer Park. It'll be Adam Beck and Evan Davis on the call from Jackie Robinson Memorial Field at Brookside Park. That'll be July 9th. They got the off day tomorrow. We'll see you then. For David Matamoros and Evan Beck, this has been Saints Baseball. I'm sorry, Evan Davis, not Evan Beck.